To draw Dorit, we will start with the eyes, and especially with one eye. What we will do this time, we will start from the center. So you do a circle for the pupil, and we can immediately color out in black. So this is the centerpiece of our drawing. Now we do the outer circle. Here we go. Now we do the bigger one. The bigger one doesn't have to be so precise. Go like this and come back. And what you do also on the top of this one, you can immediately do a linear outlining here, because the top of the eye is a little bit darker and thicker. So here you go, and towards the center here, it stops, but the upper part of the eye is darker, as you can see here. Okay, so what you do now, parallel to this, you will do a line which is the shade. So you started here, you go along, and you end up here. So this is the eye with the outer line. Now it looks a bit wild. What you can do now is do with your finger something like that. Put a mark here, and this gives you the angle. So this will be on the other side of the eye. What you do now, you do a dent towards the left, and now double the kind of dent on the other side. Here we go. Now you do a semicircle inside that you immediately color, and then around the eye. Now you see, now you have the eye. The same as here, we do a little bit darker and thicker. Okay? You can see that if you want to angle a bit better, you can draw this eye a little bit more to the left or to the right, depending on how you've done it. Okay? So this is how we have it now, the eyes of our drawing of Dorit. So the eyebrow is just here. It's half a circle on top. This, do the same thing, only like that on the other side. It's a bit tricky. You go a tick higher, you do it like that. Okay, and now you come here, and this line, the mirror wise, you do it like that, and you end up here. Okay, so now we have the top of the face. We continue the rest of the face, the nose, the smile, and the rest of the body. Okay, so we start here at the bottom where those two lines connect. Now we go straight down, a little curve. Here you can rest, and now you start like 3 fingers to dot here, and you connect this with a little angle here. Connect, and this is the top of the mouth. Now the teeth is here, roughly in the middle. You go down, stop here, and you connect with a straight line. So here we have the teeth. Now we have the mouth to close it, so we will, the same height as the teeth, you put a dot here, just 1 finger here. What you can do, you can start from here with a little curve, you end up here. Now with another little curve up. This is the inner part of the mouth. You can immediately curve it. So I do this in order to know what it is, which feature it is. So now you know this is the mouth, this is the inside of the mouth. So otherwise you get confused with all the lines. And that helps you to direct yourself the right way. Here we go. So now, parallel to that, you have the lip. You have to draw the lip. So what you do, just 3/4 of a finger, you do a point here in the connection of that. You do this, and now you start from here. . connect like that. Semicircle. And already you have the lip. Now, because you've done this, you can immediately start here. And we start to get a better idea about the face. Now, we have the bottom, the chin, and you know Dory has a big chin. So what I would suggest to do is you go from here, you connect like that, you go straight down, and roughly the same size from here to here, you make a dot. So it's that exactly, you can see that. And now you go. And you stop here. Now you take 2 fingers, you make a dot here. And you will have the fin starting on the side. So now you connect like that. Now we have the bottom of Dory, which is great because here, with that angle, we will have the belly fins. So this is perfect to indicate us where to continue. Now, one fin, you go like this on the one side. You do a line up here. Now you connect those two, but those two you connect with a wave. Like this. And already you have the fin. So now you do 2 semicircles here. And exactly to that you do a parallel one that finishes here. So for that you go like this. And here you go and try to connect this. Immediately coloring it. So that you know again where you are. Now we have a tricky move here. The tricky move is that we will start from here in one go to the tail. So to give you a sense of direction, I would say you take now 3 fingers and here you put a dot. Now with 2 fingers you put yourself another dot here. You will see that Y. And now you connect from here to there. Just like this. Here you are. And now we go 3 fingers. This should be the direction, so you can put your finger here. Your dot here, sorry. And now you connect those 2 points. So here we have the bottom and the beginning of the tail. We go back to the top. Here we go. What you do here is you go like this, and then you go down the whole way to that dot with a little curve towards the end. And now we have actually 3 fingers, so 4 fingers, and we have the dot here. And this is our connection point from the dot. Easier if you go this way. And now we have already tail, and we connect those 2 like that. So you can see already the final shape of Dory. Now, just in order to continue to know what we're drawing, and we are now missing the other fin, so before we finish this one, we will go on the other side. So in the same very important continuing line, you see here's the line, we want to have it here. So what we do 2 fingers here, put a dot there. This is the continuation. So we do like that. One line, a second line, parallel, that finishes there. Then a third one that finishes as well there. You color it. And now here too, in the middle of the lip that goes down, to dot, and you connect. So this is Dory waving. We need the dorsal fin and the bottom fin. So we start with the dorsal one, start it here. And what you do parallel till here. So what you do is you do a arch here. This is where you end up here at the end. So you do. Here we go. This is the dorsal fin. We do the same with the same idea. We do it here. Now we do parallel. You can see, and we do a parallel one that ends up here, starting here and connecting here. So now we have pretty much everything. Now we are starting to do all the linings, especially with the fin. So we will start to warm up with this one before we do the tail and the dorsal one. So we have 5 dots here, or lines. So the best way is to put a dot here. You do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives you roughly an idea, and you want to end up here. So you put yourself a dot where you want to stop. Now you connect. You don't have to go to the dot, with a little bending, and that's where we are. And now you do a semicircle like that. So you can see we already have all the fins here. We do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we just go kind of parallel to the top one. That's how we do it. Okay, here we go. Now we do the dorsal one, and now you just go by little bended lines like that. With half a finger in between. Finished. We do the same thing down here. We do like 2, and here you do a couple, like 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And not finished yet, but we have the lining. This will be the finishing towards the end, where we can do all the corrections and hide our marks. So now we have to do the tail. Before we do all the lines at the tail, we also have to know that there's also this black shading. So this is also part of the tail. So we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 or 9 lines. So the best thin lines. So not to be confused, we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And keep in mind we have done the black. Okay, so what you do now, we roughly go here and only this point. So what you do, you connect this to this one here, and now you go only parallel, and you stop pretty much at the same height. So this is how it should look like. So now we do the black shading. Now we're starting slowly to do the finishing. So what you do, you put yourself a mark like that here of, let's say, 1 finger, like that. Here a dot, roughly there. And now you start to connect that dot. You do a parallel line here. Bends here. What you do, you connect that top, you do a parallel line here. So, and you will color that all here. So this is part of the black. The black is tricky. Starts here on the top of the eye here, and now you do 2 fingers here, 3 fingers actually. You do, it's better. 3 fingers here, a dot, and now you will connect with a banded line. So like a S. You draw a S. And you connect this here down, and what you do from here, you connect this. So this is like an S. Okay. In here, you have again a blue part. So this is a tricky one. What you do is like you do a line like that, and a bend like that. So now all this part here is black. on top, this part will be mirror-wise here, so reproduced here. This will also be part. You can immediately do it in black, so you have it up there too. Now you start to color the black part very quickly, so that you again can direct yourself and you know how much of the drawing has to be done to finish it. So don't push too much on your pen marker. It doesn't do anything. You can always go a second time. Plus, you can always correct afterwards the whole drawing. If you color all that, always have a second marker handy in case that this one runs out of ink or color. So always have second one. That's the best thing, is always start to draw always with two markers, because at one stage suddenly they run out of color. There we go. In the tutorial, I guess we can also speed up a little bit the movements, so you don't have to wait for the whole time. Here we go, you see, there we have the upper line. An important thing is also to cross a bit your lines to fill it out more effectively. And here we go. So this is pretty much almost the end of Dory, and here you can fill it out a bit more and make it a bit thicker. Oh, here we go. So now we're all here. What you do now? Here you connect, you make semicircles between all the lines. Here we go. So this is nicely done. At the end here you do, we know that this dot is a bit darker, so you do it darker with another darker line. And here at the end of this fin, what you do also a darker one. And now there comes a trick, you do it like that. Kind of a bend the other way around. Okay? So bend that line that you fill out a bit if there is some white. And towards the end. There we go. So this is very important. And now we do same here. That line is here. Now we can do the finishing here, there, and to show the nose. This is how we do it. And Dory is finished.